So, greetings and salutations. Oh, so, I was actually waiting for Sean, but I guess he's being fashionably late. That's fine. All right. Couple of things I want to cover here before I continue on with this hangout. First thing I want to cover is I'm so sad that Nathan wants to boycott my experiment. I'm so terribly sad because I just don't know what to do and how I'm supposed to actually get this done without Nathan and his band of, I'll be nice and say flat earthers. Anyway, you see, there's a neat little thing. Oh, let me explain why I have my background set up the way this is right now. Nathan's ex-boyfriend, Subarats, he said that all military members are shills. All of them. Okay? Take that in for a second. All military members are shills, according to one Mr. Antonio Subarats, the guy who gets his information from the masters. Okay? Now, I don't know how many veterans that I have out there, and so it's I don't even know where to go with that. See, look, I was in the military for just under 10 years, and and been associated with the United States military ever since. In fact, I've been associated with the United States military both in and out of uniform for how many years now? Shit, going on like 27. And there you go, Stargazer, 6 years Navy, fucking squid. And so it's just I find that interesting because anybody who is a veteran, oh shit, Royal Air Force, who else do I got going on in here? Feel free to put out in the chat if you're a military member or you're in a military family. Military brats are included. The are you NG? What is NG in the what? I'm a moron. Hey James, do me a favor, man. Just remember, number one, the guy that you're following the lead for and obviously defending in the chat right now, okay, Nathan Oakley and his little band of misfits. Now, 8 years of Call of Duty. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. Well, I guess you were just quoting him. But let me just point this out here. Okay, Nathan Oakley, who defends flat Earth, okay, defends flat Earthers, and specifically said in that very same clip that he wanted to repeat of mine, he specifically said that there is no flat Earth model. There is no flat Earth map. Okay, and yet he's sitting there defending it. Okay, defending that. Okay, I would never defend something that I couldn't, at least partially prove. Okay, y'all need to understand that. And it's going to be really funny when this video comes out. Okay, because, see, in all of his research of various, I'm going to say, excuses to get out of, to attempt to discredit the scientific method itself, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, was actually, well, developed a long time ago. But what I want to say is that Nathan is not telling you a couple of things about the scientific method and hypothesis. Okay. Now, I'm pretty certain that people have heard of drug testing before, some kind of a cure for a specific disease to find out, if it's actually working or if there's a placebo effect and stuff. Now, that right there is called a double blind test. Now, what that means is that there's only a certain amount of people who actually know who's being administered what medicines. Okay. The doctors who are actually giving out the treatments to the patients who are in the trial, the doctors themselves do not know if they are giving a placebo or if they're giving the actual medicine. Okay. And nor do the patients. Okay. That's called a double blind test. The people performing the test and the people receiving the test don't know. Okay. Now, there's also a single blind test. Hallelujah. There's also a single blind test. And a single blind test means that the participants, and only the participants, do not know what's being tested. Now, the purpose for both of those types of blind tests is to eliminate bias or skewed results that were deliberately skewed by whoever. And in this case, my test tomorrow, of course, I have a damn hypothesis, you dumbass. Okay, but it's actually more of a testing the hypothesis of flat earthers. Okay, the unbelievably stupid hypothesis of flat earthers when it comes to this one particular observation. Now, the but if I were to go out onto especially a flat earth site, okay, and by the way, I have to honestly say, Arwen was nice enough to agree with me. I have a hard time for Arwen's he's a strange toy, man. I have a hard time following what that thing does. But everybody wanted to say that, oh, Sly rage quit and all this. No, Sly didn't rage quit. Okay, I went in there, I said my piece, and as soon as everybody started to become a child, including Nathan, yeah, I even said bye and I left. It's the reason for that is because of the fact that now how many flat earthers do you see? You see, if I could get a couple of loudmouth debunkers. And I could put them all on my panel, and then invite somebody in, and then we could just sit there and talk over you, and we can give you all kinds of shit. I was actually a little bit surprised that Nathan at least broke the chatter for a second to at least let me start. Okay, I have to give him credit for that. I honestly wasn't expecting that. But that was just his bait up, his grease up to try and completely derail whatever it was that I was saying. And you see, it's Arwen had said to Arwen, I said I didn't rage quit, I left. I said, how would you react if you came on to my hangout and I had a bunch of obnoxious debunkers who just wouldn't let you speak and wanted to just out of principle uh, tear apart anything you were saying. And he said he wouldn't do that. And I said, okay, then. You see, I would. Okay, because that's called not being afraid of this. Nathan and his boycott of my experiment tomorrow. And by the way, Nathan, I'm not surprised. Number one, I'm not surprised that you put out this little boycott. Uh, bravo, good on you, I guess. But on top of that, what that is you running scared. All I'm asking people to do is go out tomorrow morning, people in the Eastern Hemisphere, go out tomorrow morning between the times that I said in the invite, shoot the sun, shoot a third party clock, and we're going to talk about that in a second, and by some third-party means, show what date it is. That's it. And then tell me, obviously, where you were. This is why I wanted people to do it out in a public place. Because I'm actually going to display all of this stuff in the video. And I'm going to put it to a couple of the popular maps, even though, thank you, Nathan, for saying that there is no functional map, even though you promised everybody a map, probably about 20 or 30 times throughout the whole Isle of Man debacle. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is no flat earther showed up for my Eratosthenes experiment. I had one or two flat earthers who actually showed up for the moon experiment. Okay. It's I'm not accustomed to, or my results do not depend on the amount of flat earthers who show up to do my test. They don't depend on that. I would actually like it if flat earthers participated, because it is actually participating in a large, hopefully large, experiment. That tells me that that is actually somebody who is indeed seeking truth or seeking fact. I don't like to use the word truth a lot because truth is subjective. Fact is not. Fact doesn't give a damn what you think about it. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. Man-made constructs. Oh, geez. Man-made? Really? You were listening to Riley? But now I did not see, so please don't question me on it. I just know it happened. I did not see the Jaron debate. I didn't see it. So please don't ask me about that. I'm not gonna listen to him for that long. Especially a guy who has not proven a single thing of flat Earth ever. Okay, I'm just not. I don't. I'm starting to lose that. The Jaronism thing is starting to lose its luster a little bit. What do we got here? Sorry, I'm reading the chat. But tomorrow's experiment. Okay, let's let me go ahead and throw some things in here. I've been asked a couple of times. There's apparently some people who live in somewhat rural areas and areas that are farther away from larger towns, and I get that. You know, I have to be sensitive to that, I guess. And of course, I want as many participants as possible. So here's my solution. Hopefully, having two cameras, or excuse me, hopefully having a separate camera when you're making your shot. I need you to bring up your mobile phone or a mobile device that is on a network and bring up Google, and then just simply put in into the Google search time and date. Not together, not for the website, but just time and date. Because what Google will do, even if your phone's jacked up, Google will bring up the very first search result will be the time and the city that you're in. And I think it even shows the date. So I am willing to accept that as a third-party time source. Okay. Oxy, let's see, where is it? What time? European time? Okay, well, I'm giving out the UTC time because I don't want people to get confused as to what time I need this done. Wow, that was real good English there. And the UTC time. Hold on a second. And it's kind of up to you to look up the time zone of your area as it relates to UTC. You want to hear something funny? I just had a guy who went back and forth on me. I don't know if you guys have seen a guy named Out of Time in your chats or comment boards. He tried to convince me that the world has a whole bunch of UTCs. Take that in for a second. UTCs. But anyway, the times that I need, let me go ahead and bring. I'll bring up the slide from the video. Hold on. Okay, so the times that I need are now. This is Central European time. I forgot what that was, and this is South Africa time because they're basically in line with each other. European time is 0638 tomorrow morning. Anytime between 0638 and 0813 in the morning. UTC time is 0438 to 613 UTC. Now this goes all the way out. Where is it? That covers daylight in all of these places that are not covered by red. Okay? All of these places. That means Australia. Towards the end of it, or excuse me, in the beginning of it, Australia is going to have it. All of Asia and Europe throughout the whole thing, and 99.9% of Africa. Those are the people I need participating in this tomorrow. Between 4:38 and 6:13 UTC tomorrow. Not covered by red. Yeah. So that and no, Kaiser, I wasn't joking. This dude was actually trying to tell me that there's multiple UTCs across the earth. But this is the area. If you're in this area, anywhere here that's not covered in red, just give it just all I need you to do is go out between that time, make a simple video that shows. Okay, this was mine from Daza's Equinox thing 2 years ago. I showed a newspaper showing the date. Okay. Then I showed a public clock showing what time it was. And then, of course, the sun. And I need to know what city you were in or town you were in when you did this. Please do not film it at home. I want to show this online, and I respect your privacy. Obviously, we don't want flat earthers showing up at your house. Let's see. Yeah, I like that idea, John. I've heard a couple of people say that the people in America are gonna point their camera at the ground and say that's where the sun is. All right, now I am going to highlight one person here. Okay, Surf Perzel, because honestly, all we need, and this is no pressure, but her photo, her video clip alone will destroy what I'm attempting to destroy here. Okay, hers alone. Honestly, so will mine. Okay, people who are in the UK, however, this is where it's funny. People who are in the UK, when they do the test, if they do the test, I realize that Nathan and Ranty and Riley aren't going to do the test. I don't know where Arwen lives. It would be kind of cool if he participated. But then he's going to say everything's holograms anyway. The people in the UK, their observations are actually going to support the flat Earth claim. I'll show all this tomorrow. Well, actually, I won't show it tomorrow. I need the videos uploaded so I can copy them to the video that I'm making. I need those uploaded before Sunday. That's all I need. Just upload it to your channel, send me a link, and I'll make sure that it gets in there. But the folks who are in the UK, and this is no joke, Arwen is in the Netherlands. Well, if he was in the Netherlands, then his observation would almost support the flat Earth claim. Might be difficult to grab the paper. Okay, hold on a second. Let me look at something. I'm going to Google time and date. Okay, I just Googled time and date. I just Googled time and date. That's all I did. And it gave me a time, which is actually just regular my local time. Uh, okay, it says I'm in Leverkusen, but I'm not in Leverkusen. Uh, so I guess we'll have to leave that part out. That'll be up to you telling me where you are so I can verify it. But it has the date as well. So as a supplement, I guess I will take the time and date as provided by Google. Now you can change your clock on your phone, and it will not change this. This is pulled from a server. Has nothing to do with your clock on your phone. So I am perfectly cool with you bringing Google up, hitting time and date, and showing me the time and date. Now this has to do with server pings. So wherever it was, whatever my network provider is doing through Leverkusen, I don't know. I am not anywhere near Leverkusen, but so we'll leave that part alone. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll say that Googling time and date is perfectly okay. Now, if you don't have network and you don't have a public clock and all this, I'll let you go creative on it. But it's I have to honestly not really accept that because that wouldn't be fair to use that if it didn't have that information. No, I'm not in Leverkusen. Actually, how far away is Leverkusen from there? Hold on a second. Leverkusen. Yeah, Leverkusen's about a good at least 2 hour drive from me. So phone GPS, yes, you can give me your GPS. That would be a great way for me to see and know where it is that you are stating that you are. But please note, I am going to verify it in the video. I'm going to verify it with whatever you have in the video. So try and get yourself in a place where you can actually see, you know, a specific building or hills or specific land features that I can actually identify. So everybody can be cool with the fact that the observation was made from whatever place. Yes, I'm in Germany. I am a red, white, and blue-blooded American, but I live in Germany. GPS is easy to spoof. Well, I'm not that clever on it, but it might be easy, I guess. But like I said, one thing that I wanted to point out here, Antonio, get off your ass and go do something. Go see something. Oh, damn. Thanks, Nana. Appreciate that, man. I'm that much closer to my 3D printer. The Antonio has no clue what he's talking about a military member, active or not, being a shill for the government. Let me tell you why. As long as I've been associated with the military, if there's anything that's constant, it's I would say there's at least a good 30% of people who are associated with the military who are not rooting for the United States government. Not at all. They're not there to back it. Okay, yeah, we all raised our hand. We all took our oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Doesn't mean we support the government. If that were the case, then we would all be, I don't know, the same party or something. I guess that would have to be it. What up, Terman? So, saying that all military members are shills is a crock of shit. Okay. And let's not forget, this was all born in a hangout that he had actually with Red, or at least I saw that one. I didn't see the other one that Red was discussing, where he's talking about geometry. Now, let's not forget, this is the guy with the spaghetti sticks and the silly putty on the globe, who, according to him and his precise measurements, showed the sun to only be about maybe one Earth's diameter away from the surface, with his precise measurements. Precise measurements. You want in, Nezzy? Hold on a second here. Well, shit. I'll just go over and put it in one of the Hangout ones. Let's see, which one are you in? Oh, now Sean wakes up. Hold on a second here. Do I even have one with you in it? Which ones do I have here? No. There's one. All right. Where's Nezing? Well, geez. How would the military know if what they're building is an actual satellite rather than a sataloon? Well, go out and test it. Cool. Let me see here. How do I... Where is Nesling? N-E-S-S. Well, it's searching for you, bud. Whoa, where the hell did that come from? I don't know how to do this. I'm not the best at these Hangout things. Hold on. I know how to do this. There you go. All right, I am, let's see. Come on, go through. There we go. All right, I am sending you a link to your messages in YouTube. No, I'm not a robot. Jeez, come on. Next, like that. Paste, send. All right, there you go, Nezzy. What do we got here? Actually, they can't. It's physical. What are we talking about? Is somebody playing balloons? There were balloon-like satellites, such as Echo 1, but those were satellites made like balloons, not balloons making believe they were satellites. Yeah, there's those ones that are trying to give out Wi-Fi or internet to remote areas. What's up, Nez? Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Who the fuck is Nessing?
I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing these names.
Well, you can call me Ness. That was my original plan on my name, but Ness was already taken, so I changed it to Ness Slick.
Oh, okay. Well, that works.
Yeah.
So you gonna be able to do anything on this tomorrow?
Well, I was just wandering around on YouTube to see if anything happened. So what is this about?
Well, I am doing I'm doing an experiment, and this experiment it's actually more of a test against a very popular flat Earth claim, and I'm not releasing the hypothesis. If you listen to Nathan, because of the fact that obviously this has to be a blind test.
Ah,
and obviously we don't want anybody to skew it for positive or negative reasons. So what I'm doing is tomorrow morning. Where are you at? You are in what?
the Netherlands in
Netherlands.
Europe.
Oh, geez. We'll go over and smack Arwen then. Um, the tomorrow morning, Netherlands. So that's between. Hold on a second. So tomorrow morning, somewhere between 6:38 and 8:13 in the morning, I need you to just go out into town. Wherever it is, you're probably going to work or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and do a simple short video that shows from a third party clock, like a clock tower or a train station or a bank or something, what time it is, and then tell me where you are as far as that town goes, and then point at the sun. That's all I need you to do.
I'm sorry, but I I don't think I'm going to give up my location because I want to remain anonymous and
Oh well, no,
yeah,
I'm cool with that. But
yeah,
that's why I was saying doing this in a public place.
yeah.
I don't want anybody to do this from their home. I don't want
Mm.
anything that
Yeah, yeah.
that
Of course, I could theoretically go to somewhere else far away so nobody would know where I really live, but I have to go to a specific place tomorrow. So
yeah.
yeah, for work, basically.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I am totally cool with people not wanting to release anything like that or anything even close. Um, I personally, I live in a city that's got hundreds of thousands of people in it. Okay, and near other
Hmm.
cities that have hundreds of thousands of people in it. The place where I'm going to be doing my video is not my city. So it's as a matter of fact, it's going to look very similar to the video that I used in the clip.
Hmm.
Um, and the reason why that is because it's not important where I live. It's important where I made the shot.
All
And
right.
so it's that's what I want to make sure that I get across to people.
Yeah.
And hold on a second here.
I did some experiments just in my backyard, but and I made a video about it on my channel.
Okay.
Have you seen it or have you not seen it?
Actually, I have to honestly say I haven't seen it. What'd you do?
Basically I made a gnomon. You know what a gnomon is?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a shadowcaster for a sundial.
Yeah. Let me show you how I made my gnomon. It's basically very simple. Let me see how do. Wait a
Let me go
minute.
ahead and let you share.
Uh, Hold on. One minute, I want to pull up a picture so I can share it. Uh,
I have to agree with Soundly on this. Being in the Netherlands, you don't have many places to run, man. It's a bit small.
yeah, and it's all flat.
You're not helping me, man. No, but unfortunately, given the times, there's a very specific reason why these times are in play. Um, and given the times that I put out, oh, okay. Let me share you here. Present to everyone.
It's basically a long how do you call it in English?
That's a barbecue skewer.
Yeah, a barbecue skewer, yes, and I put it inside a cup with a piece of paper, and so I recorded the path of the gnomon
Uh-huh.
during the equinox.
Uh-oh. I smell a straight line coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome, man.
yeah.
Yeah. No, and another thing, people don't realize that sundials themselves actually destroy anything and everything about the flat Earth. It's thousands of years old technology, and it destroys everything about flat Earth. But I don't know. Hold on a second here. That's true. In the Netherlands, the horizon is mostly above eye level because the Netherlands, That's where it gets its name. Is they're low. They're lowlands.
Although where I am at, if there were if the sea was able to go in, I would be at the coast, about near the coast. So
Well, if you are able, then I would be really happy that you joined. What do you call it? Like I said, anybody who wants to participate. I don't have a bias about flat earthers or uh, debunkers getting together on this. I have no problem with that because our observations are just plain observations. They are videos of reality, and so.
can it be another day, or
Well, unfortunately, other
tomorrow?
day this one has a very specific timeline. Unfortunately, there's a reason why it's the date. There's a reason why it's the time.
Right.
And but don't worry, I have about 2 or 3 other large experiments that I want to get done because I'm finding it very. I find it very not only interesting, but it's very. I just get so happy with the results because it's not just me going out and filming something just so everybody can come over to my comment section and tell me I'm full of shit. It's not just me going out and making a claim or whatever, which although legitimate, flat earthers just want to say, oh well, it's only because you just want to fulfill your fantasy of the globe and all this. No, I like to have these big tests. These tests where I mean, my last one had what 23 people on it, and the one before that also had 23 people on it. It's kind of weird how that number worked out. But now, unfortunately, like I said, I screwed up on the one with the moon because I didn't ask for enough details, and I figured it was going to be a little bit easier than what it was. So I had actually screwed up on that. I didn't ask for enough detail, and which kind of ran down the excellent video clips that people sent to me, and I wasn't able to utilize them to the best of what I wanted to.
Yeah.
And but what you got now?
This is my video that I mentioned previously.
Okay.
I won't play the sound because it's I played Back in Black by AC/DC.
Oh yes, please leave that out.
Yeah.
don't want to get bombed for that.
Basically, I will show you the intro I made. So just visual, like it goes like this. Hold on. Oh, it's not playing. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh yeah.
There you go. See, now flat earthers would call that to scale.
And so it just plays along explaining why
you're in a straight line,
yeah, why straight line, straight line, and it's on pulses of flat Earth, and it should not be a straight line. It should be a semicircle according to the flat Earth model.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is my observation. Very high-tech device.
Yeah, you need those high-dollar devices to do these kinds of tests, man.
Yeah, and I made the pictures just simply using my iPhone. So.
Yep.
No solar filters required.
Well, no, that's it's just awesome how that works.
No, this is this is a playthrough of my pictures. Like this, the first. I didn't record at which time, but it doesn't matter at which time you take the.
Yep, you just gotta connect the dots.
Yeah, you're gonna just connect. Yeah, exactly. Go on. Oh, this wasn't exactly at the equinox because it was the 21st of September.
Oh, okay.
But it's close enough to be an actual representation. So this was my first test trial. So I was planning to do the same thing the next day, but clouds. Too bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, my very first test that I did 2 years ago, when I was first introduced to this whole subject, I was up on the roof of my building, and I had set up a sundial because of basically the same reason. And I said to myself, I was like, and I remember being nervous. I was like, what if I was lied to? You know, blah blah. Because you know, there's a sundial itself destroys any and all claims of flat Earth, unless you want to get into Arwen's holograms. A sundial itself. I mean, I don't care how many pictures you bring me of the assumptions of what happens on the horizon. You know, that just gets so old because you are seeing exactly what's happening on the horizon, and I get so tired of people, you know, going through all that. These are all from the people who don't do experiments. Okay, yes, a couple of guys went out to St. Bees about 8 times and somehow forgot to take photos of the Isle of Man from the beach. Okay, but then yet somebody wants to come at me and talk to me about the independent variable. That is the independent variable. Okay, independent variable in science is the thing that the experimenter can change. And so now you can't change the weather. You can't change the position of an island. You can't change any of that. However, you can change your location to see something and observe it. That is the whole point of having multiple people, or at least multiple locations of a similar observation. And that's how you get, that's the independent variable. You know, and I get so tired of hearing Nathan talk about that as if he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And oh, it's just so crazy because Nathan, if you are listening, or if anybody wants to pass this along to Nathan, okay, if you actually followed the scientific method, you would not be defending flat Earth. Period.
Yeah. They talk about, the scientific method is all about disproving the status quo, but they don't apply the same thing to themselves. Whenever you ever see them trying to disprove their own model,
right?
Yeah,
and you never see it. You see it that it doesn't match the exact amount of feet that's supposed to be covered up, so therefore the Earth is flat.
I know. That is very strange. Like, it's hidden, but not exactly as it should. But even though it could be explained by simple refraction, but that doesn't fit with the flat Earth at all. Even if it doesn't,
not even close.
It just could mean we were slightly wrong about the size of the Earth. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
At the very best, the point is, so we were wrong about the size of the Earth. So
no, but and then on top of that, you also get the what's the other happy argument there? The whole they lie thing.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't care how many lies the government tells you. You see this? You see this up on the screen? Okay, this is me being a proud, basically. I was a soldier in the military serving the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what a soldier does. A soldier serves the government. And I could tell you right now with a straight face, yeah, the government lies to you about a lot of shit. Okay, they lie to you about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. And let me tell you why it doesn't matter. Of course it matters that they lie to you if you are involved in the particular subject they're lying about. Of course it does. But the government lying to you is not going to change the physical shape of something. Period. There's no other way to look at that. Okay? I could sit here, I can get 12 of my good friends, and we'll sit around a basketball. And we can all come up with convincing lies as to that basketball not being a basketball.
Yeah.
But regardless of what comes out of somebody's mouth, that basketball is still going to be a basketball.
Why would the government be lying about the shit of the Earth? What's the motivation behind that conspiracy? According to them,
I've heard control, money, secret societies, hiding the land beyond Antarctica's wall, all that bullshit and all this. And you know what? Fine,
they are secretly training a army of penguins.
Yeah. Why do you think they call them emperor penguins?
Exactly. do, 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 do.
But the thing is, man, I just it's almost disgusting the amount of laughter you can get out of these claims. Okay, I mean it really is, because I still haven't seen, and you know what, I shut yet another guy down today who was up in my comment section, and all you have to do is shut him down with this. Shut him down with one thing, and that is show me your proof of the flat Earth. I don't want to hear your proof is the government lies. I don't want to hear your proof is this picture is about 3 pixels off from what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to hear the Earth isn't a globe. I want to hear show me the Earth being flat.
Yeah. Also, one thing I sometimes hear is about a few weeks ago, I think I heard about somebody claiming that the moon, the dark part of the moon during a new moon is just gone, like completely gone. It's not a sphere, like a part is in shadow. It's just physical shape changes. I don't know. But I have seen during like a couple of weeks ago there was a crescent moon at sunset or after sunset, and I could see the shadow side being a bit lit by the earthshine. So it's there. Yeah. It's still there.
Well, I did a video of that just a couple of weeks ago. Just I stopped on the way to work because it just looked cool.
Yeah.
A very small crescent moon and all this, but the whole rest of the moon was like really bright. It just looked really cool. And I even got out my I showed it in the Flat Earth versus the Moon video, and it's just all these claims, they're just so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, back when I first started in this, people were really kind of hardcore on on what they thought was evidence, but there isn't one thing that I've even that I haven't covered yet. Okay, except for some of the more absurd claims. I am not going to disprove the Matrix. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. Just because.
Yeah.
It's not even something to argue about. Okay, now hold on a second here. How long does the video need to be? As long as you need to make it, man. It can be. I'm not even expecting it to be longer than a minute.
Do you have to record the altitude or?
Nope.
No?
Don't care about the altitude.
Yeah, just to record the sun.
Just record where the sun is, because all I'm looking for at this particular experiment is the azimuth. Oh my God, Subarats showed up. How nice of you. How about you unmute me on your channel, Putz?
Oh,
and by the way,
Antonio.
Yes,
oh God.
Subarats is actually here.
Yeah.
Hey, Subarats, you see all this up here on the screen, buddy? Okay. See all this on the screen? I heard what you said, that all veterans are shills and all soldiers are shills. Perhaps you should get out of your little garden and actually see something in the world before you make such a stupid claim.
Isn't it the guy who said, "Oh look, that's Polaris"?
Yeah. Jeez, I almost forgot about that. Yeah. Antonio, before you start preaching truth to people and stuff like that, remember when you lied about the translation on that website? Okay, you remember when you lied about that? Not got it wrong. You even speak the language that was written there. Okay, you didn't get it wrong. You lied. Okay. Why don't you play the part where I said all soldiers are shills? Because you said it. You said it to Red. It's about around the 1 hour. I want to say it's about the 1 hour mark when you were talking to Red. Why do I gotta fucking play it?
Oh, have you seen the debate with Red Sweatlock and how is he called again on the geek Room channel?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god. He cannot focus on one subject. He starts talking about evolution and the Big Bang and like the heliocentric model, and Red's just basically no, stop, focus on the shape of the Earth. That is what the subject is about. So, no.
Okay, hold on a second here. Now, Antonio, do I have to play it?
What? Play what?
Well, Antonio's saying that he didn't say that all people with the military are shills. Now, let's see. Fine. Only because of the fact that, see, it's that little bit of German in me that I don't get into the big arguments. I just kind of stick something in your face. Let's see. Antonio Tuberats. Okay, and it was his discussion, long ass fucking discussion. I don't know if Red was there for the whole thing. Hold on.
Oh, in the meantime, another thing I want to mention is one of the claims, like how the sun reflects, or like a sunspot. On the, yeah, you know, you debunked it beautifully by pointing out the reflection on the Marble's bald head.
That was, you know what? That just kind of came to me like that, but everybody seemed to love that. That was just like a little point.
Yeah. All you can do is just show that picture and says, oh, by the same logic, the sun would have to be right on top of your head.
Yeah.
It isn't. That's not how reflection works.
Okay, hold on a second here. I gotta play something out here. Hold on.
Sexy, sexy, sexy.
One day, 28 days. One day, 28 days.
It's nighttime here, and yours, I think it's still daylight, right? Where you live, or don't you live in America?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I live in Germany, man. It's dark.
But you don't even have an accent.
I'm American, though.
Oh. So you live in Germany.
Yeah, they call us expats. I don't know. That seems to be the new cool word for it.
You decided too many flat earthers here. I go to Germany.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me go ahead and listen through on this real quick. Now it's where he talked to Red. It was also where he called me a buffoon and stuff. Let's see.
Can you find it?
Yeah, I just got to dig through it because he's got a long section where he talks to Red, and it was actually when Red asked him to define a shill.
I get the same. I'm into this anti-GMO argument, and I see a lot of shill gambit fallacies thrown at me too. So.
Oh yeah.
You're just a shill hired by Monsanto. So no, I'm not hired by Monsanto. But I'm going into, well, not that direction, but I'm going into the agricultural field of biotechnology. So that's cool. My thing. Yeah.
Well, you and Gio would have something to talk about. He's studying chemistry. Okay, hold on.
They are separate fields, so it's
they are, but somewhat the same. I mean, they got a little bit on there.
Yeah.
On the orange patch on top right, why does it look like the eagle is being strangled? No, that is we like to call that affectionately the choking chicken, and that was 22nd Signal Brigade, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, where does Saab come from? Saab is Austrian, right?
Now when I see it, I'm imagining the the classic chicken scream, like a Wilhelm version of a chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. Military members seem to have something for chickens because this one's called the choking chicken, and this one's called the thunder chicken.
Mm.
And
Thunderbird.
Yeah, well, they call it thunder chicken.
Copyright.
Sweden, that's what it was. Sweden, thank you. Yeah. That's where 22nd Signal Brigade. There was some kind of event that happened in Sweden, and that was where this actually came about. Hold on a second here. Hold on.
What does it say there? ABE notio?
Where's that?
In your picture, the ABE notio.
I don't know. That's Latin. I have no clue what it means.
Is it an anagram of Antonio?
Yeah, it's got. Let's see. These are spaghetti sticks, and then what do you call it? This is I don't know, probably some little model that he built, and these are his shoes. Hold on a second here.
Oh, it's not the perfect anagram because, but they put the B there just to fool you.
Yeah.
The conspiracy.
All right, where is this shit?
Oh, GeoStabber says AB initio means from the beginning. So.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Okay. All I know is that's the unit crest for 63rd Signal. Where I was. This is 17th Signal. This is 63rd Signal, and this was 121st Signal. And corresponding 17th goes to the 22nd Signal Brigade. 63rd goes to the 11th, and 121st goes to the Big Red One. Hold on. Where the Antonio? If you hadn't made a 5-hour damn hangout.
He does 5-hour hangouts. How often?
I don't know. I remember the marathon that he and his ex-boyfriend had about tracking the sun, where they fucked that up, and they were doing those on 8-hour shots.
Oh,
that was so rough.
8 hours?
Was that
8 hours?
8-hour pieces. They did a couple of them.
Multiple 8 hours. Oh my god. I have had like 3-hour hangouts, but these are like in between 4 weeks or something like that. But okay, and I still think I should have when I do a next hangout, I will set the timer to 2 hours at maximum, because or else it gets too long to be viewed by other people.
Hold on a second, Antonio. Yeah, if you didn't have a 5-hour damn hangout, it wouldn't be so hard to find it. But I know it's like right around here, when Red asked you multiple times to define what you consider a shill. Oh, somebody just hit me on. Hold on. Who's this?
At what point between what time and what time?
It's a little after around the first hour. Hold on a second here.
Because I have to go soon, so perhaps I could do in my free time watch it between the time, and I will tell you if I stumble upon it. So
no, I'm actually going to do it here. When you call it, because I can't have Antonio coming up in here saying, "Oh, well, you didn't even show it," and all this. Oops, wait a minute.
Someone says use the transcript option.
The transcript option.
Yeah, perhaps you can print the text and copy paste search the words for shill and see.
Okay.
I didn't know if there was a transcript option, so but maybe there is.
Either.
Yeah.
I don't even see closed captions, so I don't know if they got a transcript on it. Hold on.
Someone said, "Save your brain cells."
Oh, Geo, I didn't send you the link so you couldn't join. Come on in, dog. I'm trying to figure out where this damn. I think somebody actually linked it straight to me. That's how I knew where it was. Hold on.
All right. Well, sorry, I have to go now. So I think
Okay.
I see you later, and good luck with Antonio.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, come on in, Geo. Shit. Because I was listening to in the car, just kind of passively. Sorry for the long silent spot here, but
Hello.
Geo, Gute.
Hey. Before we continue, apparently Jared wants to join as well. He says he might be able to help you with finding that quote.
I think he was the one who actually pointed it out to me. Yeah. Yeah. Can you send him the link?
Yeah, sure. Wait.
Thanks, pal.
So that one. So what's the deal with this entire shill thing? What exactly happened?
Well, no. Antonio's actually in the chat. I'm sure you're aware.
Yes, I've seen it.
And he's saying that he didn't say that all people in the military are shills. And
yes, I was the one who pointed out the quote, and I'm pretty sure he still has me blocked, which is why he didn't see my comments in the chat. Hi, okay. Antonio. His exact where you want to look in that hangout is where Astronomy Live drops out, and it's just Red and Antonio talking. Because it's Red who asked him directly, what is your criteria?
Oh, yeah, it's right before Orphan Red was talked into. Yeah, hold on.
Exactly. That's the point where it happens. And what Antonio said as criteria for being a shill, it starts out with having served in or worked for the military and or the government, and then he called you out by name specifically, Sly.
Yep. Yeah, no, I actually heard it. I'm having trouble pulling it up, that's all, as in the time. Hold on.
Yeah. So what was that, Antonio? You never said what now? And by the way, Antonio, if Sly wasn't presenting, you'd get to see my new avatar, which was made at the time that you made that comment. And I decided to make it my avatar just for you, Antonio.
There you go.
Just for you, Antonio.
Go fuck yourself, Antonio. Here's my shill
proof.
Hold on.
And I can't see the chat right now because I'm actually driving home from school.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
But I did get questions the first hangout I was in with this avatar showing. So for people who want to know what the things they are looking at means, on my avatar, the section to the right is my rank and rating while I was in the U.S. Navy. When I got out, I was an E5. My specialty group was shorthand AT, Aviation Electronics Technician. That means I was an AT2. At Aviation Electronics Technician, second class, I was in leadership. I knew every damn piece of equipment in my work center and then some. What you are seeing to the left, top to bottom, the top part is the Enlisted Aviation Warfare Specialist badge. which means I knew my job and then some about everything concerning airborne warfare operations, aircraft flight, flight operations, flight deck operations, and aircraft carrier, communication systems, basic, everything except being able how to actually fly the aircraft itself, pretty much. Then the middle bit is my awards that I wore on my dress uniform: the Navy Achievement Medal, the Good Conduct Medal with 2 bronze stars, National Defense, Global War on Terrorism, Sea Service, and Overseas Service, because I was permanently stationed in Japan for almost 3 years. And then the one below is the Enlisted Surface Warfare Specialist. So I knew the basic operations, again, including weapon systems and detection systems communication for surface combatants, specifically the aircraft carrier, which is at the center of the battle group.
All right, hold on a second here. This is right around the area. I'm going to mute you for a second. And I'm going to call it. Gil, can you mute yourself real quick?
Oh, yeah, sure. Right.
I just don't want to get the echoes around because I have a cheap setup. All right, so this is right around the point here. Now I might have to tip around it here, but this is when Red is starting to ask Antonio, and might as well have it so that the chat is visible here.
Okay, what am I supposed to?
Well, hold on. Go to mute, man. All right. This is right about the part where Antonio or Red was asking Antonio what he considers a shill. So hold on.
That's what that is all about. And when you are showing SpaceX or anything else, from our point of view, it looks like what you're doing is you're propping up NASA, SpaceX.
Sorry, I'm not presenting. Am I presenting now?
You are presented now.
Okay, cool.
Probe the whole shebang. That's what it looks like from our point of view. So lots of people think you're doing it and you're paid to do it. Me personally, I think you're doing it because you're interested in that kind of stuff. That's what I personally think. And I think that because I would rather think that than assume that everybody's a shill. That's my personal point of view.
Okay. And so now here's another question. Who on YouTube that was either arguing against flat earth or for the round earth or whatever, who on YouTube would you consider a shill and why?
Okay. I would consider a shill. Did you say arguing for the globe?
Whether it's arguing against flat earth, for the globe, that SpaceX is the greatest thing since sliced bread, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just if they are arguing in such a way that is counter to the flat earth cause, let's say, what would they have to do to out them as a shill? I'm actually really confused on this.
Okay, let's say they worked for the military. That would be, and they were actively working for the military. That would be a red flag. And let's say the arguments were so shoddy and so intended for the facile thinker.
Okay, Antonio, number one, did you not just say that people working for the military or in the military are shills? That's the first one.
That they were absurd from the point of view of a more analytical mind, then that would be another red flag. For me, that would be Sly Sparkane, because he works for the military.
See? Sly Sparkane, because he works for the military.
Based in Germany. And his arguments are that kind of argument. At least your arguments are more focused on a point, but his arguments are just random, all kinds of straw men. In fact, his arguments are based on straw men. And when you
actually, my arguments are based on the claims. Okay, so I've said what I need to show there, Antonio. So shut the fuck up. Okay, everybody can come off mute now. And by the way, for anybody who wants to record that is on Flat Earth, third and final round. at the 2 hour and 22-minute mark. Y'all can go ahead and pick that up. So shut the fuck up, Antonio, little bitch. So everybody else can come back off mute.
Okay. So sorry I was late. I had something rather important to deal with.
It's okay. You showed up right at the right time because Antonio's actually out there.
I see that.
Pay attention to what, Antonio? You just told me about 20 times that you didn't say that people who work for the military are shills, and now I just played your words saying it. So shut the fuck up.
So what does he say about people who are ex-military?
Well, I guess people who are associated with the military. Oh, go ahead, man.
That is the first step of criteria for Antonio to be a shill, which is why my avatar is now what it is, to kind of rub it against him.
Mm-hmm. That didn't sound right, man.
Image that Sly is presented, which is beautiful, by the way.
Okay, let me address this real quick. This is the reason why I'm so vested in the Himawari stuff. Is when I was in the Army, I was 27 Sierra. Who off the top of their head knows what 27 Sierra is?
Shit.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Jared.
Actually, I don't know what a 27 series is.
Satellite intelligence.
Well,
satellite. That's right.
Yeah. Intel.
My group literally programmed satellites to turn at a specific direction to take pictures at a specific time to capture the images we had to analyze. This is why I like the Himawari so much, because we dealt with satellites directly, telling them where to aim the camera.
Yep. I was a 31 Fox, which got reclassed like twice since I got out. I think it's a 25 or a 29 now. Hold on a second here. 31 Fox MSE. Let's see here. Let's see what kind of images we got here. Oh no, that's football. 31 Fox. MSE or MOS first. MOS. 31 Fox. Oh, come on, show me someone. They ain't got nothing else on. There we go.
Oh, I had a few. I can't remember all the numbers. The naval codes are slightly different. My primary
you guys got
one,
some weird ones. My brother.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my primary one was 6611. So all of the aviation ones begin with 6. So the 611 was UHF, VHF, communications, navigation, and automatic direction finder. That was my primary one. Mm-hmm. I also had 6717, 6719, which is P3 peculiar. So the P3 Orion aircraft, all of the ancient electronics associated with that platform. I also had, oh God, what was the IFF one? Fuck, I can't remember that one, but I held IFF, which is Identify Friend or Foe, which ties into the radar system. And I also held 2 for radar altimeters, barometric pressure altimeters, and the automated carrier landing system and instrument landing system equipment.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm being called a liar here for something. Cosmic Surfer, you need to start with honesty as you are deceitful. How am I deceitful? And Antonio, go ahead, record it, and make sure you add in there the part where you said what you said you just said you didn't say. So, shut the fuck up. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, bud.
Oh, no worries. It was actually right at the end of my specific equipment that I covered, which actually when I get home, I'll go ahead and pull up my either one of my last evals or the 214 itself and get the actual, I want to say it's like 5 or 6 NEC codes that I was actually trained in. Mm-hmm. All in the same work center. Imagine that.
So let's see. I worked in these right here. This is a node center group and probably the V3s off to the side here. Now we also worked in That's the inside of a, well, that's a node center before the oh shit, what the hell did they call that? It was the upgrade where we finally got color monitors. This is actually an amber and black monochrome monitor. There's a comm modem, yeah, various other parts and pieces. I can go into that for days because I absolutely loved that job.
Well, as I said, I wasn't able to actually watch this hangout before I joined, so I don't know what the context is and all this.
Well, this has just kind of been random context about the experiment tomorrow, and then.
Well, hold on, because I actually did watch the Antonio Red and Astronomy Live hangout. Right. Almost its entirety. I stopped watching after Astronomy Live actually left, and then he brought on a couple other people. I stopped watching at that point, so I don't know what was said after that. But up until that point, Antonio, the only thing he said about shills in the military was that it's a red flag. He never actually said that they're all shills.
Well, yeah, but no. Hold on a second.
He specifically called out Sly as being a shill
because I'm a member of the military,
following the military connection.
Right. It wasn't about me. It was because I am associated with the military.
Oh, I might have missed that. Go ahead and play it again.
All right. Everybody mute.
This. Okay, let's say they worked for the military. That would be, and they were actively working for the military. That would be a red flag.
Okay, now there's the red flag part. Now hold on a second.
And let's say the arguments were so shoddy and so intended for the facile thinker,
like your spaghetti and blue tacks,
that they were absurd from the point of view of a more analytical mind. Then that would be another red flag. For me, that would be Sly Sparkane, because he works for the military. He's based in Germany, and his arguments are that kind of argument. At least your arguments are more focused on a point, but his arguments are just random, all kinds of straw men. In fact, his arguments are based on straw men. And when you address his arguments and you show, for instance, with the eclipse that happened in August, there's a huge problem with the globe and the eclipse. He doesn't address anything. He doesn't make any counter argument. He just moves on to the next point. Also, Wolfie 60.
Okay, now hold on a second. Here's the thing there, Antonio. Sorry, I forgot that he brought that up. You didn't model the eclipse. You don't have a model of the eclipse. No model of the flat Earth works on the eclipse. None of them. Well, okay.
I have to correct you on this slide because, as you know, context is important to me. Mm-hmm. He never actually calls you a shill. He does say, he basically says you have two red flags.
Hold on. What is it? Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Now Sean, and so when here's another question. Who on YouTube that was either arguing against flat Earth or for the round Earth or whatever, who on YouTube would you consider a shill and why?
Okay, I would consider a shill. Did you say arguing for the globe?
Whether it's arguing against flat Earth, for the globe, that SpaceX is the greatest thing since sliced bread, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just if they are arguing in such a way that is counter to the flat Earth cause, let's say, what would they have to do to out them as a shill? I'm actually really confused on this.
Okay, let's say they worked for the military. That would be.
Bam. I know he says red flag after that. First question is, what would you consider a shill? And he says, let's say they work for the military.
Okay, I'll grant you that.
So I realized that I played it a second ago, a little starting like right at this point. Okay. Works for the military. Who would you consider a shill? First words out of his mouth. Works for the military. He even brings up the fact that I work for the military, which I do proudly. Okay. I understand your search for contact, and I do respect that. But when Red asked him, "Who do you consider a shill?" First words out of his mouth, works for the military.
And why?
Yeah. That I will grant you.
Yeah. So what was
Yeah,
that?
that's
Boom,
why when I was
biatch?
listening to it live,
Not you, Antonio.
but that's why when I heard that question and then his answer live, I immediately sent a message in Hangouts towards Sly saying that Antonio just said this.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I was
I can
in the
grant that.
car on the way home from work, and so I just listened to a little bit of it and stuff like that. And then I heard him kind of egging Red on, and I was like, well, let's see if Red ever shows up to this. Turns out Red did show up, which is cool. And but then I was just kind of thumbing through it, and then I found this part. I actually was, when I was tapping through it, I heard him actually say my name. So I was like, all right, let me narrow down what's being discussed here. First words out of his mouth, because Red had to finalize and super clarify what his question was, and that was, who would you consider a shill? Whether it's somebody fighting against Flat Earth or somebody fighting for the globe. And because he did this whole little discussion there about what a shill actually is, they're actually like this, the silent supporter or the vocal supporter that nobody knows they're actually supporting the snake oil salesman and whatever all that other bullshit. Okay.
So
And
to break this down, to the best of my understanding from watching this video, and yes, I did kind of skip over this part because, as far as understanding it, because he did clarify later on about he considers them red flags, but that kind of glossed over this comment, which this comment says, according to Antonio, anybody who's actively working for the military is a shill.
right. So Antonio, go fuck yourself, man.
Later on, he says it's a red flag, but that doesn't alleviate him from this.
Right. And
So,
as far as my my points being all over the place, I make short videos, or at least until I started doing Hangouts. I make short videos, and no, that is painting it into context, bitch. What do you call it? And
hold on. Talking about the desperate for painting context, Antonio, I actually tried to back you until he went back and actually played this whole thing about everybody who's in the active military is a shill to you. So, because I got more context, you shot yourself in the foot.
So just shut the fuck up, man. And please also note that you're actually active in the chat on my channel. Means I don't have you blocked. Just let that sink in for a second. But I make short videos, and I go very much to the point. I also go quite deep into the points, or at least where I can. And I don't make any points that people can't. I don't do any tests that people can't do themselves. Okay, I don't have a budget on this, so it's kind of, well, if I get a chance to actually show that, then I'm going to show that. Okay. What? Hey, Aruve, Enlay, whatever. Holding down gallons.
Lemon Bird.
Yeah, holding down gallons of ocean water. How much does water weigh, sir? Because your claim says that it's a single body. How much does water weigh? Hello? I know you can hear me. And Antonio, no matter how many times you try and gloss it over, man, it's what you said. So shut the fuck up. Lemon Bird is a Poe? Well, so is Antonio, technically, but. $1 kilo per liter, huh? Actually, doesn't even weigh that.
Actually, Antonio, I heard the context of both comments. The first one, which I was referring to, is where you said they were red flags, and then he played the other one that came before that, where you didn't quantify that and said that anybody who's active in the military is a shill.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you please say what location info you will release? This is why I need that in a public place tomorrow, bud. Go out into a city center or town center or whatever you have available to you, or someplace that's not relative to your home. I do not want any videos from your home, because what I'm going to show is basically I'm going to zoom in and say, this is where the guy was standing. This is the direction he was looking by the information in the video. Okay. Nope. Even that's not right, Carl. You see, water itself weighs only per molecule. If you put it into a cc, if you put it into a liter, if you put it into a bucket or something like that, you are actually measuring an accumulation of water. Okay. However, water itself is only molecules. Okay, it's a condensed gas, or two gases. Okay,
that was very weirdly phrased,
wasn't it though?
Geo,
Come on,
Geo,
chemistry.
you probably confirmed the decimal, but it's slightly under 18 grams per mole.
I think it's
whoa,
a little bit
whoa,
more actually. Pretty much 18 grams per mole, yes.
Antonio just made an assertion that you edited the audio to interject context.
Did I edit the audio? Wow, I must be really fucking good.
So you have now gone to Antonio's channel, pulled down a video, edited it, and re-uploaded it to his channel. That's some skill, dude.
I edited your audio? Are you fucking kidding me?
Replaying your audio repeatedly is not editing it, Antonio.
We could call it a remix. Hey, there's an idea.
Hey,
Jared, I just looked it up. Jared, I just looked it up. It's 18.015 grams per mole, so slightly above 18.
Okay, right above. All right.
Yep.
Right. So,
actually, Antonio, he played the entire clip when I first came in here, but I missed the part at the very beginning. He went back and replayed that part.
Pausing means editing? That's what he says. No, he paused the audio, ergo edit.
Oh, you've got Orphan Red in the channel now.
Yeah, she's in that one too.
Nice.
Eye candy. Not much for the brain, but eye candy.
I like her definition of null hypothesis, by the way. That
Yeah.
she brought up. She brought up in this hangout. It, according to her, a null hypothesis is what happens if nothing changes. Null hypothesis. The null is actually short for another word. It's called nullify. The null hypothesis is what you are trying to invalidate. You're trying to nullify the hypothesis. If you cannot nullify it, it stands. And she supposedly has a science background.
I would just like to say that I hope Quantum Eraser build all these people well for the coaching that he's given them.
Oh man, I would love to talk to Quantum Eraser.
Really?
Yeah, because
his posts annoy me for some reason.
Yeah, his posts are annoying, and his presentations he always gives are annoying. But if I would have the chance to talk to him in like 5 minutes, I would pretty much tear him apart, because it's pretty apparent that he has no scientific background whatsoever. And yeah, every explanation that he's trying to make, at some point he will fail, and I'm going to point it out, obviously.
And just for context about null hypothesis, back in Copernicus's days, the null hypothesis he was trying to nullify was the flat Earth. And he succeeded in nullifying the hypothesis of a flat Earth.
Null hypothesis. In a statistical test, the hypothesis that there is no significant difference between specified populations. Okay, that's a statistical thing.
Yes.
That's not the scientific.
Correct.
Hold on a second here.
You mean they're misusing terms again?
Never! Okay, let's see. I think I got this in the back spot here. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm actually personally curious as to what the actual definition is, because I've never used the term before.
Yeah. In statistics, it's nothing changes. In science, it's what you're trying to nullify.
Let's see. There you
go.
The null hypothesis, or H0, is a hypothesis which the researcher tries to disprove, reject, or nullify. This is what happens when you add the word science behind null hypothesis. So anybody who was given the one about the other one is talking about the statistical null hypothesis.
Correct. They are using a wrong definition to science. And she supposedly has a science background.
Do you guys think they're using the wrong definition on purpose?
Yes.
Or maybe they're just dumb.
Yeah, I mean that's the question. Are they idiotic or are they deceivers?
Because I think it might be idiotic because here's why. I've never looked up the word before. That's why I brought this over, and I hit null hypothesis. Now, if you told me null hypothesis, this is the definition I would probably give you. Okay. However, null hypothesis in science is absolutely not the same definition.
Correct. This is why I'm calling her out on her science background, because she didn't even know what a null hypothesis was. And that's where you start with everything. You have a hypothesis, you are trying to
explain that to her. Astronomy Live even tried to explain that to her in that hangout.
Okay, by the way, yeah, read the entire meaning. Jeez, you got a problem with entire things, Antonio. Antonio is trying to sell his thing. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, okay, here is the URL, okay, and if I, let's see here, where is more, oh, share, and this is at the 2 hours and 21 minutes, 56 seconds, actually, it was probably about 4 seconds before that, okay, where he says,
oh, hold on. Orphan Red says the null hypothesis is the one you're trying to disprove, which I just told you. But when you were talking to Astronomy Live, and I'm going to quote you on this, the null hypothesis is what happens when nothing changes.
Difference between this?
Orphan Red.
Changing your definition after it's pointed out to you that you are wrong is just showing that you had no argument to begin with.
Yeah, here's null hypothesis in statistics. Here's null hypothesis in science, Red. Sorry.
You might want to go back and re-edit your audio clip, which I have already told Antonio I'm going to be pulling that clip because it proves you know jack about science.
Keyword jack.
And by the way, Orphan Red, I emailed Antonio telling him to distance himself from liars, from the dishonest people around him, and you are one of them.
Well, you guys got a real thing on this. I've only ever seen her like once.
Well, in that hangout slide, she starts talking about EME bounce, and she completely got it wrong on what is actually being measured to determine the distance to the moon.
Yeah, she was.
And what was the primary core of my training and experience over the last 20 years?
Say it to him, man.
Oh yeah, UHF, VHF, HF communications and navigation.
Sweet.
Radio transmissions.
Sweet. I had that too. 31 Delta training, cross train. So let's see. You can reject the null or fail to reject it, but you're not proving it true. Who would be trying to prove true a null?
Yeah, she's getting it backwards. The null hypothesis is the one you're trying to disprove.
What the fuck, man?
Which Orphan Red, you proposed a hypothesis to me about the horizon line always being eye level. And I ran with that hypothesis and invalidated it. You haven't commented on that video. I'm kind of surprised because I was actually calling you out specifically.
Hee hee.
even put her name in the title, so it should be easy to find.
But ultimately, I just wanted to point all this stuff out here. We are now approaching, well, we got 15 minutes till the 2-hour mark, and I don't want to have that overlap weirdo thingy. And plus, 2-hour mark here means it's 11 o'clock anyway.
Actually, for the last couple of days, I haven't been noticing the 2-hour cutoff on a lot of
really?
hangouts. Yeah, even Antonio's was the full hangout as soon as it was as soon as it was over.
Sweet.
The whole 5-hour hangout was up right then and there.
Cool. But anyway, like I said, if anybody wants to know why it is that myself and Jared and Sean was supposed to play along, but I understand he had something to do. What do you call it? Why I'm displaying my military stuff, my proud military stuff, is because at 2 hours, 21 minutes, and probably about 30 seconds, Red asked Antonio who he would consider a shill. And now he does go on later to kind of say something else like red flags and stuff like that. But the first words out of his mouth are people associated with the military. Okay. So I can only say this, and I've said it probably 1,000 times before, besides the fact that Antonio doesn't know geometry. Okay. Everybody remembers the test that he had me do about lining up specific angles from a globe, and his shit was like all off. I did it in 3D and in physical and got it the same result both times, yet his geometry was all assed up, and he pointed at a sun that was apparently closer than one diameter of the Earth itself away from the surface of the Earth. He fucked that up. Okay. I had angles up on a screen just to show what I had printed out, and he said all 4 of them were, and I quote, wrong. And then I had to actually turn around and show that they were all exactly the angles, down to an incredible detail of exactly what the angles were that I needed for the 4 locations that I had put up. And they were the 4 locations that he also chose. Okay. He's full of shit. Okay. And watching him argue mathematics with Red was humorous at best. Okay. I don't know anything about the discussion with Orphan Red. I do know that she was on it later here. You can see her down in the panel, and she's actually talking a couple of times. I've only ever had one interaction with the woman. I don't know anything about her, so I can't really go into that context. Other people have. They can speak better on that. But Antonio saying that, oh, I didn't say that. Sorry, dude, you did. And if you want to make another video about this tomorrow showing the exact same thing that you said in this video right here, that would just be kind of stupid and a waste of bandwidth. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say on that. But back to the big experiment tomorrow, because honestly, screw these idiots. Back to the big experiment tomorrow. Everybody in the Eastern Hemisphere, I am asking for your participation. I'm sad that Antonio's ex-boyfriend Nathan has decided that he's going to put out a boycott, okay, against my experiment.
What exactly did he say?
Well, he didn't say anything directly. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and bring this up here. Let's see. I'll just go to videos, and then I'll go to Nathan, because he played the last clip of the hangout that I participated in for a little while there, and because I would not tell him what I was testing, because I would not give up my hypothesis. Basically, I said there wasn't one. All of a sudden, I can't science.
Oh, yeah, you mean the video that was mirrored on Riley's channel, right?
Yeah, the one that Riley mirrored.
Right, okay.
Oops, what happened there? I was going to say, I know he didn't get bumped. Let's see here. But somebody told me today or yesterday, was it, that his other channel got hit, and that's why he moved all his, does his actual live stuff on this now. But I can't confirm that. But this is it. Now, all it is it's just a mirror of a segment of his hangout. There's no additional commentary. There's nothing else, or at least nothing I saw. And but boycott, pretender, clown, sly, Sparkanes, ball earth, circus, experiment, flat earth, debate, 197. Okay, that's what he's got out. Okay, now let's all understand that prior to him feeling cool about himself, and he's actually probably going to claim success on his boycott when no flat earthers to show up to do my test. Just remember that before you put out this boycott, I only had, I think, 2 flat earthers who had the balls to show up for the moon test, and then before that, for the Eratosthenes test, of the 23 people that showed up, none of them were flat earthers. So sorry, man. People are going to choose not to participate whether you boycott it or not. Okay, you're just a fucking idiot. Okay, and learn up the words blind test before you start complaining about the fact that I won't tell you what's being tested. Let's see.
And I think it would go beyond idiocy for him to think that he has such influence, and would actually start to go into the realm of narcissism.
Well, I think he's already down that rabbit hole, dude. Let me point something out to you, Antonio. Antonio did say this in his thing. He says, my arguments are completely based on straw men. Okay, that's what he said. And you know what? I'm going to agree with you. And you know why I'm going to agree with you? Because every argument that I make against a flat earther is against a flat earth claim. Okay? It's against a flat earth claim. And I would say, what? Somebody back me up here, about 95% of them are straw men anyway.
Yep.
Okay, so my argument,
just like Horizon always rises to eye level,
right? And just like spaghetti on a globe, and oh geez, the list goes on and on and on and on, man. So you saying that I'm arguing entirely based on straw men, I am arguing against the straw men presented by flat earthers. So get that through your head, bud. Yes, my arguments are based on straw men. Exactly. Flat earth straw men. That's bringing it back into context, buddy. But anyway, like I said, we're closing in on the last couple of minutes here. And so anybody who can participate in my test tomorrow, I'd be really appreciative. I realize that this closes out basically all of North and South America. But there's a very specific reason why it's being done during this time, and very specific reason why it's being done on this date. Now,
and I can't wait to see the results.
Yeah, well, I've already got like half the video done as far as the intros and all that other stuff. Obviously, I can't put the data out until I get the data. But and Antonio, I look forward to you participating in my straw man argument tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to you participating. Cool. Do we have a deal? Go ahead and answer.
It goes back to one of the emails I sent you, Antonio. If you are genuinely interested in getting to the truth of the matter,
hold on a second, homie.
Say yes.
Yeah, homie.
Go for it.
Check this out. What experiment? Now you are talking in your hangout with Red as if you are versed in my material, and yet you don't know that for the past week I've had a video out about an experiment taking place tomorrow, which you personally can participate in. Okay, let me go ahead and show you this. Oops, wait a minute. Make sure I get this straight. I'm gonna get your ugly ass off my damn screen. Let's see here. Videos. Okay, I invite you because you're not blocked on my channel. I invite you to go over and watch this short 1 minute and 49-second video called "The East Side Invitation." Okay. What this is tomorrow morning, I need anybody within the non blotted out regions, okay, which includes you, to go out between 4:30 and 6:30 UTC, which, unless I'm mistaken, is 5:30 and 7:30 in the morning, or 7:13 in the morning your time. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know exactly what time zone you're in, but I think you're in British Standard. But I'm not.
He's in British summertime.
Okay.
So that's UTC +1.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So sometime between 5:30 and 7:13 in the morning. Go to a public place. Don't want to know where your house is. Okay. Go out to a public place, and then hold on. Make a short video clip of the sun from a stated public location. In other words, you got to tell me where you were. Okay. That's why I don't want it at your house. I don't want to violate people's privacy. So I can look it up in Google Earth, and then I can get the azimuth of the sun at that time. In that clip, you have to show a public clock. Now, I have given one concession to the public clock, and that is if you take out your phone that has internet on it, and if you Google the words time and date, what Google pings back to you will give you the time and date and location of where you're at right there. Okay, I'm willing to make that concession because there are a couple of people who live in a little bit further out places and don't have a public clock to film. Okay, or might be running to work and it just might not be in their along their way, and that's all you got to do. And then this is also covering third-party source of the date. And again, do not make a clip from your home because I want to display this at the end or in the video. And then you upload it, and then send me the link. That's it. That's all I need you to do. Take maybe about, I don't know, if you can find a good parking space. I don't know what your morning routine is, and go on out. Do this. It would probably take with a smartphone. It would probably take about 30 seconds out of your life. And go ahead and do that for me. And I welcome your participation. I welcome the participation of anybody who wishes to participate, because Nathan is trying to put out a boycott as if it's going to hurt, and doesn't want to participate because, well, we all know that Nathan doesn't know, well, anything. So a video of sunrise and its time, yes, but please make sure that you do not exceed the 7:13 mark. 7:13 in the morning your time, I believe it is, which is UTC +1, correct? That's all. That's all I need. I need the sunrise, and then verify the date and time by third-party means. Okay, I don't want the clock that's on your phone. I want the clock that you can pull up by putting in the words time and date into a Google search. That's what I need, and that specific time frame is necessary. And so I'm sorry about that. Now, we got people who are all the way out in Australia who I even had a guy talk to me from Tokyo today who was looking at getting in on this. And I hope he can do it. I'm not holding anybody's feet to the fire, but man, a shot from Tokyo during this would be really cool. And so I'm just asking for anybody's participation. Let's see, do one yourself too. Where's Cosmic Surfer live at? Seems to be a discussion going on between the two of them. Well, let me. He doesn't have to reveal if he doesn't need to. But Cosmic Surfer, do you? Oh yeah, no. Cosmic Surfer lives. Where was he?
I have no idea.
No, because I had him in my in the moon thing. Hold on a second. He'll probably say something about it by the time I bring this up. Let's see. Firm flat. Okay. Big moon. Where was that? Oh, come on.
Hey, Jared.
That's right. Cape Town. That's right. Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Cosmic Surfer is in Cape Town. So if he has the ability, I would love his participation. Would love it. Especially from Cape Town.
Hey, Jared, how far away do you think this is viewed from?
Oh, you got that damn thing out, didn't you?
Oh crap! Oh, you
Watch this.
knowing the one that you got it from, I'm gonna say it's from a few miles away.
No, it actually it's 1 mile away.
Sweet.
This is off of the iPad. It's not actually off of the camera itself. The SD card is still in the camera. I haven't pulled the video out yet, but that's in 4K.
Nice.
Oh.
Which frame rate?
30 frames.
That is sweet.
Watch when I zoom out.
Does it look like one of those P900 videos?
Well, nowhere close, because it's only at this I was doing 17 times zoom, but not 18 because it has focusing issues at 18. It's really, really touchy.
I
Still
need it
zooming.
before 7:15 your time. Yes, Antonio. I need
There you
it
go.
before 7:15.
That's all the way zoomed out.
Holy shit.
Sweet.
Are you sure that's a mile?
Or
I think
7:13, yes, I'm
looks
sorry.
like a little bit less, honestly.
Do what?
Did I hear
Less than
right
a
that?
mile.
Did I hear right that they use these types of drones for video surveillance?
Yes, they do.
I'm
The
sure
Voyager
they do.
4.
I can see why.
The Voyager 4 was specifically designed for police departments.
Okay, please also know that I am not sharing that video out, so we don't have this whole USA about commercial flights bullshit.
Yeah, I know. So
Okay.
I'm gonna stop sharing that. But the Voyager 5 is the replacement, and yeah, it's got literally 30 times zoom on it. This is only capable of 18.
Damn.
All right, so
Yeah, just wanted to brag about that.
that's what we got going on tomorrow, and I really, really look forward to anybody who's able to participate. And if it means you're getting the sun set in Australia or Japan, or you're getting the sunrise in the UK or Africa, that's cool. All of those things are going to matter, and all are going to play into the results of this. Now, some people might say that the test that I'm doing is, well, it's already well known, and the thing is, it's not. And I need to make sure that I perform this test to absolutely bury this once and for all. And this is also going to piss off a lot of flat earthers. So
I have a thought of what the data will show, but I'm gonna wait and keep my mouth shut.
all right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and go offline here, and I hope you guys all have a great night. And I look forward to your videos. Please have them uploaded before Sunday, because I'm gonna have actually a couple of minutes on Sunday to finalize this video and possibly have it out on Sunday midday. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have yourselves. Oh, Antonio, go fuck yourself. Y'all have yourselves a nice night.
Oh my god. Oh my god.